Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
What if I told you that baby monitor or your cell phone is slowing down your child's development and brain activity? Welcome to Accelerated Health with Sara Banta, where I cut through the noise and fast track your journey to better health. I'm your host, CEO, and founder of Accelerated Health Products and certified by the National Association of Nutritional Professionals. I'm here to share the latest on supplements, wellness hacks, and natural health solutions that actually work. From boosting your energy to detoxing to balancing hormones to helping your child's development, I will help you reach your optimal health. So let's dive in. There's a new study out. Babies in high wireless homes score lower on early development. A peer-reviewed study just rang in the alarm. The infants living in homes with high wireless radiation. So that means not just your cell phone, but the computers, the smart meters, the 5G tower down the street, the baby monitors, the baby cameras, the smart microwave, the smart refrigerator, all of this smart stuff is compounding this wireless environment, and it's hurting our kids. They were 3 times more likely to have problem-solving difficulties and nearly 3 times more likely to show fine motor delays than babies in low-exposure homes. You guys, it's not just one thing. It's not just the one cell phone. It's the stack. It's the stack of all of this radiation. Our generation never had it. I cried, and my mom heard my cry and came in and got me. There wasn't all of these monitors and everything going on and putting a camera right on the crib, all of this stuff. Our kids are suffering. There's a reason ADHD, depression, anxiety, all the medications are skyrocketing, and they're not working. This is a problem. So this study was published in July, and we've got the Wi-Fi routers, the phones, the nearby antennas, all of this stuff. And why is it affecting our kids more than us? Developing brains hold more water and ions, so children can absorb roughly twice as much of the mobile phone energy in certain brain tissues compared to us. Think smaller heads, thinner skulls, more absorption. So what they found is the problem-solving delays jumped over 3.5 times, and the fine motor delays were about almost 3 times more in those homes with high exposure. So what is radiation? You've got the ionizing radiation, which is the X-rays, the gamma rays. They pack enough punch to knock electrons off the atoms. These are the ones you hear about that are so damaging. They're damaging tissues, raise cancer risk. We use these on purpose in CT scans and radiation therapy to target like tumors and that sort of thing. But the side effects, fatigue, skin changes, hair loss, all of that stuff. Now that's controversial. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the non-ionizing radiation that is supposed to be harmless and safe at low levels. It doesn't carry enough energy to directly break the DNA bonds, but it creates heat. And they have shown that just by putting your cell phone on your lap for 5 minutes, you're creating clots in that area of the body. That's an effect. That's not a good effect. And that is just from one phone. Compound it with the computers and the smart meters and all the things that I mentioned, and the fact that your liver is backed up from the processed food that you're eating. And yes, that protein bar that is ketogenic, that's supposed to be healthy, that's still processed food. You don't know what else they're putting in it. You don't know what fillers or toxins are in there that are backing up the liver so the liver can't process all of these toxins, the radiation, the fluoride, the bromine, the chlorine. Everything just is compounded, and our livers are like, I can't do this anymore. So we've also got the Bluetooth. I mean, I use my Bluetooth. I shouldn't, and I'll be rethinking it. I should be turning off my Wi-Fi at night. These are things that I need to remind myself of as well. I don't have any babies in the house, but I sure have my brain I'm worried about. I'm hearing breast cancer stories through the roof. in my age of population. I'm only 49. Colon cancer rates in the younger generation skyrocketing. We've got so many autoimmune issues, low thyroid. Guess what attacks the thyroid? Radiation, right? It also raises blood sugar. Your liver is where the blood sugar is regulated. The liver is where your T4 to T3 conversion happens for your thyroid hormones. If your liver isn't working and like a fine-tuned machine, then the wheels start coming off. So what do you need to know as a parent for this non-ionizing radiation? The long-term chronic wireless exposure is there. The studies are coming out. And of course, the big companies like the cell phone carriers and the smart meter owners don't want you to know it. So what can you do? Because we're in a world where radiation is going to be part of our lives. I can't get rid of my phone. So you want to give these devices some distance from the cribs and the beds. Cut off the signals at night. Turn your routers off. Use airplane mode. Turn the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth off when it's not needed. Hardwire your house if you can. The TVs, the fiber optics, amazing. And it's faster. And keep the baby monitors off the crib rail. Do you really need the baby monitor? I had 3 kids. I had it on my first kid because you're the first time mom. You want to make sure your child's living. By the time my 3rd child came, she had to scream to get my attention. She was going to be just fine. And guess who is the most capable as an adult? That 3rd child, because they figure things out. So you're actually doing your child a favor. So remember, it's not just about the radiation, but then also matching it with the organic foods and the non-processed foods so that you're helping the liver, the kidneys, and the brain and not loading it with toxins that make things worse. Okay, so number 1, move the routers out of the sleeping areas. Sleep is key. Sleep, sleep, sleep. And if they are being exposed to Wi-Fi during their sleep, the brain is not cleansing and not developing. You can create a charging station outside the bedrooms, no phones or cribs on nightstands. And like I said, the airplane mode, turn off the always listening smart speakers and smart TVs at night, hardwire your house as much as possible. But this is not going to be enough. And this is where supplements can come in. And what's great is these supplements work for you, for your child, for your elderly parents. Number 1, Acceleradine iodine. Now first, why is iodine so important? You need it for your thyroid. Radiation, these toxins all attack the thyroid. You might have a sluggish metabolism because of your cell phone. Yes, it's true. Not because of what you're eating or not working out enough. T4 and T3, the thyroid hormones, stand for 3 and 4 molecules of iodine. So you need iodine to help with that metabolic rate and fat burning. It also is needed for brain and nervous system development. It is the number 1 supplement for preventing depression. The number 1 cause for depression is iodine deficiency. 96% of the United States is deficient in iodine. And iodine, I know, is very controversial out there, but we are all deficient. It can't be controversial if we're all deficient. Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism has gone up. Iodine consumption has gone down. It's no longer in our soils. So if iodine was part of the problem, you'd see them both go up. That's not the case. So you need iodine for the cell inside the cell, that ATP energy inside the mitochondria. When mitochondria dies, we die. Our children and babies and fetuses, they go through more cellular turnover and growth than at any other stage in life. They need iodine more than us. And even the FDA recommends a higher dose for pregnant women than us. But it's also detoxing and protecting every cell, not just your thyroid and your brain, from radiation and toxins. It helps with the iodine transport and tissue sufficiency via the sodium iodide symporter. You need sodium. That's why we will talk about the accelerated ancient salt and iodine together to help iodine reach all of the tissues. Did you know for Dr. Brownstein, who is the guru of iodine, he said that every single one of his breast cancer patients was iodine deficient and had tons of bromide in their breast tissue, because bromide and chlorine and fluoride are going to fill those parking spots where iodine's supposed to go if the iodine's not there. Now, what makes acceleradine different? It is monoatomic and it's paired with non-GMO 200 proof organic alcohol. Why is that important? Because when you pair an iodine with a non-organic alcohol, or one that's less than 200 proof, it is sluggish and it's not going to get the iodine to where it needs to go as effectively. And monoatomic iodine is in the right form to be absorbed by all of the tissues, all of the cells, without having the body to break it down and use its energy. And guess what else? When you're stressed, you need more iodine and more salt than when you're not. And when I'm talking about stress, yes, financial stress, spousal stress, stress of being a mom, but also the stress of radiation, the stress of illness, of viruses, of all of that. That is all stress and puts more stress on the body, more demands for iodine and salt. It is really important. And then especially for preventing damage from the radiation. Number 2, accelerated liver care. We gotta love on our liver. Radiation kills our liver. Toxins kill our liver. They back it up and our liver says, I can't do anymore. So what is different about accelerated liver care? It's 13 very strategically chosen herbs at high concentrations with high life force, life energy. So they're carrying good energy into your body. And the ingredients like cook tea and phlanthus, tugka, eclipta. You've heard of these, some of them, maybe not all, milk thistle, but you haven't heard of pauperera, which is known and has studies against cirrhosis and liver cancer. And you have some other ingredients in there like andrographis and artemisia that are known to boost the immune system. So the combination detoxes, restores, and rebuilds your liver. So this is really important, helps with the bile production and flow to get the toxins out, smooths that phase 1 and phase 2 detox pathways. And then you add in the accelerated Nuke No More, which is designed to help with alleviating the damage from radiation. So it's a homeopathic style scalar charged formula to do so. It helps with the resilience of the body, the whole system. Super easy for a baby or elderly to take because it tastes like water. And it works very well with the accelerated iodine and the accelerated liver care, and then now the accelerated cellular detox powder. So once we're kicking all these toxins out, we have to bind them up and get them out of the body really easily and quickly. So think of bind, carry, and get rid of. So it helps bind and carry with the bile compounds that help the body not recycle those toxins. That's why it's super important not to be constipated, because your body will recycle the toxins that you're trying to kick out. It helps with digestion, reducing inflammation in the gut, helps with Crohn's disease. It also helps when you have a drink at night so that you don't have a hangover the next morning. Or if you go out to dinner and you don't know what you ate, you had some seed oils or it wasn't organic, it binds that up so you feel great the next day. We combined micronized zeolite, human grade diatomaceous earth, and chitosan. Chitosan, I love it. It carries out the excess dietary fat and cholesterol you don't need. Now remember, your liver deals with the cholesterol management, also deals with your iron to copper ratios and metabolism and your thyroid conversion hormones. All of this stuff happens in the liver. We've got to get those toxins out, including the excess cholesterol our body doesn't want. Organic triphala and slippery elm bark, both of those help with the motility of your gut and your bowel movements and help you take those toxins out. So the combination of accelerated iodine, accelerated Nuke No More, accelerated liver care, Accelerated detox powder is detoxing, binding, and carrying out. Now, the bonus is the accelerated ancient salt, which tastes amazing. You can use it liberally on all of your food, has over 62 minerals. You need salt to plump up the blood to get the toxins out. And if you're having any detox symptoms like that Herx reaction, if you're detoxing too fast, salt, put it on your tongue. It will go away. If you have nausea because you are not able to digest your food very well, the accelerated ancient salt, it is a game changer. And even people who don't care about their health love the accelerated ancient salt. So it's a great way to incorporate something healthy in your friend or family member that doesn't care about their health, because it tastes great and it helps balance out your electrolytes, helps with nerve conduction and muscle function, helps with your stomach acid and digestion. And then it helps with that iodine transport, that sodium. The sodium helps get that iodine to where it needs to go. And it helps with your adrenals and your stress, because your adrenals tap out easy and use up that salt and that iodine at a much faster rate. So what do? Day 1 and 2. I know, super annoying and super overwhelming. You want to get the routers out of the bed, get that house charging station, try to see if you can hardwire your house as much as possible. Put your phone away. Never put it up against your brain. Incorporate the accelerated iodine and the accelerated ancient salt. That is step 1. And you can start slow. Start slow and build up your dosage. And then after that, you can start incorporating accelerated liver care, the accelerated Nuke No More, and the accelerated detox powder, and try to swap out the processed foods. Get rid of the packages. If it has an ingredient list, then it's a packaged food. It's a processed food. And that food and your water has a huge part of all of this cleansing and brain development, especially for your baby. These little packages of bundles of love are innocent, and they're not in control. You are in control. You're impacting their future vitality. So sit back with that one for a minute. So thanks for tuning in today. I hope you got some inspiration and some tools. Head to SaraBantaHealth.com for my health articles and more. Join the free group coaching on Telegram, and you can find these supplements at acceleratedhealthproducts.com. Use coupon podcast10 on your first order. If you loved what we talked about, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. Share it with a new mom or your pregnant sister-in-law. And by doing so, you're not only helping that little baby, but you're also helping this channel grow faster and get better guests so that I can share that knowledge with you. You can find me on over 100 different platforms, including Spotify, Apple, YouTube, E360, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Roku, and just search Accelerated Health with Sara Banta. And remember, I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so join me next time for more ways to unlock your health potential.